You know, I threatened my staff that I was not going to, for sure, do the teleprompter, but that I also may not even read their remarks, and maybe get up here and just say, well, there's a lot of work to do. Let's abolish ICE. Let's do immigration reform. Let's do this, and they panicked. So maybe I should stick to the script. But I really do first want to thank every one of you for being here tonight. It's such a wonderful occasion, and I think that for us, it's important that we continue on with this legacy, because it really always starts with family, doesn't it? And that's how I'll start tonight. I want to start by thanking my family for all the years of support that they've given me throughout my years of service. I know that I would never have accomplished any of the milestones that I have without their support. So thank you to all my family. Also tonight, of course, I want to thank Speaker Pelosi and all our members of Congress that are here tonight, all my colleagues, and especially, of course, Representative Van Taylor from Texas and Veronica Escobar from Texas. Now, if I could just convince Van Taylor to support us on no vouchers and get Veronica on track to really work with me on a couple of issues on the Subcommittee on Immigration Reform, I would be a little happier. But that's going to take me a lot more work to do. But I can tell you that it's a pleasure for me to be here with so many of you to celebrate this occasion and remember the work of Ed Roybal. And I want to just say this to my friend, Lucille Roybal Allard. I still remember many times that we served on NALEO committees, that we sat on the board of directors. And imagine, Lucille, there we were at board meetings, and we never could imagine that now we're sometimes at the same table working for the people of the United States of America in the United States Congress. And that's what it's really all about. That's what it's really all about. Because NALEO, thank you. Because this honor is part of the legacy that Edward Roybal has left us. Without his efforts, NALEO, the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and so many other Hispanic leaders and organizations that have followed in his footsteps may not have been possible. It truly is an honor and a privilege to be in a company of so many of the prior recipients and know that now we can all work together to build for a better future for our Latino community. And as I think about this tremendous honor and those who have come before me, the word legacy is exactly the thing that I have focused on tonight. The legacy for NALEO, the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, and so many others here tonight. It is important that we remember that it's amazing to see the progress that we have made, because there's been so much over our lifetime. But the legacy is really about what we do to prepare for the future, to push our progress even forward, more and more. This past year has been a large part of that. America made nothing short of history in electing our historic freshman class, which I am honored to be a part of, that has made the 116th Congress the most diverse ever for our country. Among our representatives, this Congress, we now have 42 women. And the Congressional Hispanic Caucus has grown to 37 members, a far cry, as Lucille mentioned earlier, when Edward Roybal came to Congress in 1963. Imagine, I'm not even sure that he would imagine that we would have the number we have today. But again, we must keep pushing forward and make even more progress. Now more than ever, our Congress reflects the America we love, and we do love our country, no matter what some of our detractors say, that we love, we serve, and we represent. I've also been reminded tonight, of course, that we made history. Veronica mentioned it, others have too. But imagine, in Texas, never had there ever been an elected Latina to Congress of the United States of America. And by God, this year, there's 2. And you know, when people ask me, how does it feel? I said, well, I think it's about damn time, for number one. But Veronica can tell you, it feels great. And Madam Ambassador, it feels even greater, as she said, when we sit in judiciary, and we're both in the subcommittee on immigration, to sit in that judiciary committee, particularly in our oversight function. And you know that now Latinos have 3 members of judiciary at the seat of the table when we review everything from the separation policy to DACA, to TPS, to DED, and all the things that have been so harmful to our community. But now we have a seat at the table, and that's making progress. But my friends, the progress that we're making is not because we're doing it alone. We know we are here because of legacies before us. We know we're here because of our constituents. We know we're here because others have empowered us to be here. And we know that there's been struggles and hardships of our mothers and fathers, our mentors and our colleagues to help get us here. And the road to these successes has never been straight, has never been smooth, but it's always sometimes been hard. Growing up in Palito Blanco, and I promised everybody I would say it again, I'm from Palito Blanco, un ranchito in South Texas. And yes, Veronica, it's great to be browner and spicier, but guess what? Being wet ain't bad either. It isn't. A long time ago, I still remember when Ruben Gallego, I don't know if he's still here, from Arizona. Ruben, there's another widow. He and I decided that we were going to start a widow caucus in NALEO. And it was the both of us. But tonight, Ruben, we have a new member from Wells Fargo right here. Because sometimes being a widow has its struggles too. So I always remind everybody that I'm from Palito Blanco, and that kind of smooths everything up a little bit. But I'm also mindful of what my father once told me. Nunca te olvides que eres Garcia y que eres mexicana. He always said that to me. And I don't. You know, I'm the 8th of 10 children, and I still remember the struggles that my parents went through. Yes, we were poor. Life was hard. My daddy was a farmer. He didn't even finish the 3rd grade. He couldn't speak English, couldn't read or write it either. My mother was a homemaker. After all, there was 10 children. What else do you think she could be doing? And she did not even finish the 5th grade. But what kept us together was their belief in education. In education, the same thing that brings families together and what our community worries about. They believed in education, and they kept telling us that if we worked hard, got a good education, and yes, I'm Catholic, and that we believed in God, that we would be rewarded. And by God, we have been. You know, all 10 of us did graduate from high school, and that was my mother's proudest achievement, because we were actually the largest family in our school district where all kids graduated from high school. The school district actually gave her an award. They did. And it is important. And I tell that story because that's every parent's dream. That is what all our Latino community still thinks about. That's why we're here to fight the good fight. These are lessons and these are struggles that stay with me. And I know that my story is no different than many of you, because we know that that's what we are as a community. We believe in hard work. We believe in education. And I know from my parents and my grandparents, and it was my grandparents that crossed the frontera to come to Texas, that it was important to do that because that's how we would do better than they did. Because they knew that if they work hard, they could reach that American dream that so many talked about. So that's why tonight, it's all about that, isn't it? Because that's what we're debating in the Congress. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about making sure that the legacy that others have given us, that we keep going and make sure that we create opportunities for the generations to come after us. You know, I just thought of that little pony, and the first thing I told the Wells Fargo people, hey, I'm from a big family. I've got 28 nieces and nephews, 30 great nieces and nephews, and about 5 great nieces and nephews. Now, which one do you think I can give this pony to? You know, they immediately said, oh, well, we'll send you a few more. And I went, that's not going to be enough, buddy. I'm just telling you, I like the pony. But what am I going to do with it? And I tell you that because, you know, when you talk about family, you think about those things. But in short, you know, our job here in Congress is to make sure that the American dream is a reality for all of us. All of us. That's why I got into public service, so that others would have the opportunity to succeed and not go through the struggles my parents did, or even the ones that I did. So that's why I do what I do, to make sure that our children have a good education and have the resources to make their dreams come true. Imagine, I know I look pretty good. I look like a big city girl. Y'all heard I'm from Houston. But I picked cotton. I baled hay. I drove a tractor. I grew up on a farm. I grew up poor. So I picked cotton. But now I'm working for the people to make laws in Congress. And that's the American dream. That's the American dream. And it only happens in America. And it can only happen for all of us if we all continue to work together. So because of the work of Mr. Roybal and the work of NALEO, our impact on the American dream is stronger than ever. Our community and our entrepreneurial spirit is an essential part of who we are. Working hard is nothing new. That's why Latino-owned businesses are the fastest growing in America. That's why our workers are sought for. That's why we achieve more every single day. But don't make any mistakes to think that the job has been done. There's so much more to do. Every day our values are attacked. Every day our people are attacked. So we must continue the fight. We have real issues threatening our American values that we as leaders must be strong in our voices, and we must be strong in articulating why we are against it, but more importantly, too, what the solution is. So we must continue hard, but we must also remember that all of us came here. I know my grandfather did as an immigrant, and we must treat those who come here with dignity and respect, and that's all immigrants, no matter what country they're coming from. We cannot lose sight of what's important: family, community, opportunity, and today, because it's Ash Wednesday, I would add Lent. I would add faith. Because all that together, my friends, is the American dream. That's why we're all here tonight. America's strength is in its diversity, and Latinos are heart and center of that diversity. Yes, we are. And I would always add, and we are here, and we are here to stay. And that's what's important. Our growing chorus of voices must continue to lead the call that America's best days are here and ahead of us. So let's continue to work together. Let's continue to make sure that all our children can have lasting dreams and can reach their full potential and have the achievements that they deserve. And my friends, our communities are strong, our families are strong. We just must stay together, and I believe we will. And that's what NALEO is about, and that's why I've always been a NALEO-holic, and I'll continue to do that. So, gracias a todos, y que Dios los bendiga. Thank you very much, and thank you, NALEO, for this wonderful award.